Hello, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services sales associates. My name is Paul Campanaro, real estate coach and trainer, here today to kick off a three-part series in developing skills. Now, the first part for developing skills, we're just gonna go ahead and jump right in. We're gonna talk about learning scripts. And the first thing that when we talk about learning scripts is understanding how we make our money. Now, we make money by what we say. Right? Depending on wherever that lead may come from, an open house, door knocking, sphere of influence, expireds or withdrawns, wherever a lead comes from, ultimately at the end of the day, it's going to boil down to the quality of my communication to get somebody to sign a contract. So what we say is critical. It's paramount to getting contracts signed. So because we make money by what we say, why don't we practice what we say? You see, what ends up getting in the way is our ego, right? I know better. I've been in the business a long time. You know what? The scripts, they're not me, right? Listen, I've been in sales before. I can handle myself in a conversation, and the ego is what gets in the way of us learning scripts or adding additional valuable information to the content we already use as a seasoned agent, right? And the bottom line is that couldn't we all improve in some facet in regards to the quality of our communication? Now, when we're new, obviously we need as much as we can get. And when we're seasoned, boy, it's easy to get sucked into complacency, right? Into patterns or habits of communicating, sometimes good, sometimes not. Right? So the ego can really get in the way of focusing on learning more material, better material to increase my efficiency. Right? And then finally, we want to learn to speak fluid real estate. So when we're talking about learning scripts, it's learning to speak fluent real estate so I can be fluid in my conversation, comfortable and confident. Now we're talking about speeding the level of trust, right? Getting people to like us. But now, and some of us, listen, we're good at that. We're good at communicating, being personable, creating conversations, carrying conversations, yet still may not be seeing the results that we want or want more or better results. Right? So learning scripts provides that platform to subject yourself, check your ego, and submit yourself to healthy conflict, right? And we'll talk about that later in the series, to grow. Right? And become better communicators, because ultimately at the end of the day, how we earn our money is by what we say. So the first point I have written down here for learning scripts is study the scripts every chance you get. Write them out. Chant them. And whether you're writing them out or you're chanting them or you're reviewing them, you're using multiple senses to condition yourself to internalize better communication. One of the things I did when I was a newer agent was I stapled the scripts together. I carried them around with me wherever I went. I read them wherever I was. I wrote them out multiple times during the week just to internalize them, right? Because I knew as a new agent, I didn't speak fluent real estate, and certainly I wasn't fluid. I wasn't comfortable and confident when somebody came at me with an objection or some resistance. The next point I have here is study audio and video material. I'm going to work really hard on providing additional material and content through this platform so that people have more things to look towards. Now, there's great things on the internet. Certainly when I started out, that wasn't there. So resource agents who've already done the homework, who are much further down the road, so you can get pointed in the right direction on what content might be good for you. And there's lots of content out there. So your personality type, your style, there's something for everyone. Get out there and do your homework. Final point here I have role play, and do some more role play. And the next section, part 2 of developing skills, we're really going to dive into what good role play looks like. But the matter of the fact is, when I role play, I attract better. I learn how to attract better clients. Now, who doesn't want to attract better prospects, right? Attract better clients, and so to attract better prospects and clients, I have to be more attractive. Right? I have to submit myself to a process where somebody can tell me, Paul, you're speaking too fast. Paul, you're speaking too loud, right? Whatever it is that might be your Achilles heel to improving and being a better communicator. So at the end of the day, with $10, $15, $20,000 conversations, right? Because that's what we're having. those are the value price points on these conversations. I can get more contracts signed. Speak comfortably and confidently about objections. That's what role play really does. Again, speaking about being attractive, when somebody comes at me with, Paul, we don't want to list at that price, or we already have an agent, or we're thinking of going for sale by owner, then I'm able to progressively and positively continue that conversations with good questions by being comfortable and confident because I've already been there. I have no problem engaging somebody when they come at me with an objection or some resistance like this. Final point is, again, fluent in real estate. For those of you who speak second languages, you get what I'm saying, right? I have to continue to be engaged in conversation to speak fluent real estate. And so that's what we're going to really focus on with developing skills. Speaking fluent real estate, part 1 here, learning scripts. I appreciate your time. We'll see you for part 2.